And Jaden, tell people to share it.
Share.
Good evening and welcome to This Evening with me, Harry Towers.
And me, Oliver Foote.
Coming up tonight, we've got chat, sport, news and prizes.
Ooh, yep. I'll be talking about washing machines, uppies and downies, train rides, more.
And alongside that, we've got loads of local opportunities and events for people across the county. And that's coming up now, this evening, with me and Oliver.
Our very first story, the people of Cockermouth are making more efforts to clean their clothes than the Whitehaven Council is to clean the harbour. A mobile laundrette has opened in the town of Cockermouth, courtesy of Revolutionary Laundry, and aims to address a need for laundry services in the area, a spokesman for the firm said. They also added, "We choose our locations very carefully and base it on where we feel people will need
Access to the service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and where it's convenient to access." Made up of 2 laundry machines and a dryer, the outdoor laundrette is one of a handful that have been installed in the Cumbria
What
area.
if your clothes get wet again? What if it's raining? Because you can't really wash your clothes when it's raining, can you? Because if you dry them, you take them and you take them back out, they'll get wet again.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, carry on.
The machines are also much larger than a typical household washer. They can handle up to 20 kilograms of washing at a time, or larger items such as curtains or bedding. The laundrette is accessible 24/7, and prices for drying start at £3.50 for
3
15
a.m.
minutes.
laundry.
Yeah. While for 9 kilogram washing prices start at £11.50, and for a whopping 20 kilograms, it's only £11.
Oh, wow. People started using the service for washing or drying. They're able to lock the machines and enter their phone number so the washing machine can call them back. No, and they'll receive a text telling them when their laundry is done. Revolution Laundry is part of the ME Group, a French company, and they brought those little laundrette, the little
Photo booths.
you know, you go to Tesco's and they've got those little booths and you get your passport done. Is that one? Anyways, arts technology training is on offer for youngsters at a Cumbrian music venue. Young people are being offered free technology training at a Cumbrian music venue, that music venue being The Gather at Ennerdale. People aged 14 to 18 can find out more about lights, sound, filming and streaming, which sounds like the person behind the desk could do with going on that little 5-day workshop, and that's upstairs at The Gather in Ennerdale. Young volunteers don't have to be skilled in music or drama to take part. The only requirement is simply having an interest in technology. The project's supported by Arts Council England, and organiser Pete Mayer said the young people arrive as novices, they get 3 days intensive training from university undergraduates to bring them up to speed with the rudiments of operating performance technologies. Then, on day 4, they meet their musician mentor and work with them over the final 2 days, culminating in what I can only imagine is a fantastic performance on the last day. On day 4, they'll be working at a personal professional recording studio with their musician mentor to learn more about the whole ins and outs of it all. With Tom Tyson, a great chap, he runs the Music Barn in Egremont, which is an interesting name, but it's very good nonetheless. And that workshop 1 is on Tuesday the 28th to Saturday the 1st of June. And the second one is on the 22nd of July to the 26th, so maybe a bit better for some people close to summer. And the third one is on Monday, August 19th to Friday, August 23rd. And you can get more information on that by emailing petermayer6547@icloud.com. The UK government announced a plan on Monday to ban the sale of disposable vapes.
Thank God.
Hallelujah! You know, when you're at, like, it's always Spa for some reason. They've got, you know, the bins outside Spa, and they've got those little stickers.
Yeah.
like tear here, those vapes. Like you do see a lot more of them in town. I think it's, I mean, I don't care if you're vaping. I know there's some people that we work with quite a lot that take part in such a hobby. But, you know, I do have to say that the long-term impacts of vaping are unknown and the nicotine within them can be highly addictive. Like meringues, very highly addictive there. They contain egg whites.
Yeah.
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said in a statement, he stressed that adult smokers aiming to quit would still be able to access vape kits because they're being banned. They're supposed to be having much plainer packaging. A spring 2023 report from Action on Smoking and Health, bet they're fun at parties, found that proportion of children experimenting, interesting word, with vaping had grown by 50% year over year. So what? In 2 years we must be on 100%.
I don't think they mean that.
No.
But
The proportion of 11 to 17-year-olds who vape has increased almost 9 times in the last 2 years. That doesn't seem like their own statistic. But anyways, the government says, noting that disposable vapes have been a key driver in the rise. Yeah, fair enough, I'd agree with that.
yeah, they're really trying to curb the rising of vaping among children and teenagers.
Well, I think that's good. I mean, they brought in that thing. Anybody born after the 1st of January of 2009, I think it was, isn't allowed to buy tobacco ever. Can't buy nicotine ever.
Because they'll just keep putting the prices up. But is that really a good fix? Because then
yeah,
you'll be 40 in a few years and they'll be like, can I see your ID?
yeah, no, that's the
Yeah.
thing. There'll be like 60-year-olds stood outside the shop. We're hanging around waiting for like some 80-year-old. Oh, can you go into that shop and buy me some cigs? Anyways, in December, the World Health Organization urged all governments to ban the sale of vapes or impose measures that would make them less appealing to the general public, banning flavours, limiting the concentration of nicotine, or taxing the product. Well, that's what we need, more taxes. There's an alarming increase in the use of e-cigarettes. You see a lot less normal cigarettes, though, I think. You don't see anywhere near as much normal cigarette smoking, I would say. In December, so they said they were going to ban it all. There's an alarming increase in the use, alongside the use of normal cigarettes, e-cigarettes rather, all sorts of different nasty things. So we've got our fantastic person here, lives next to Workington, talking about the brilliant sport.
Sport tradition for hundreds of years has been won by the Downies. Uppies and Downies have been played in the town for hundreds of years, with Uppies trying to get the specifically made ball to the gate of Workington Hall and Downies trying to get it to Workington Harbour. Families play the game, and many have for generations, including Tuesday night. Hailer Dan Fryer, it was his second ball, and his family have hailed several over the years. It was a hard-fought game lasting around 4 hours, and he managed to give the Downies a much-needed win after Uppies Robert Irving
hailed the ball on Good Friday. So that was nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of sports, we are now going to move on to our new segment, Sports Kiosk, with Jaden Nutter.
I'll start off by talking about Carlisle United's recent match against Lincoln, where they lost 3-1. However, Carlisle did actually dominate possession with 55% possession throughout the match. It come with a late consolation goal for Carlisle, however, in the 80th minute. But in fact, they did actually manage to win a match. It came as a shock to many Carlisle fans. They managed to win a match against Peterborough, 4th in the table, 3-1. It come with a John Mellish hat-trick, but 67% possession to Peterborough. They actually managed to register 23 shots, but only 2 on target. I'll move on to more local news now, talking about the Cumberland County League, as Carlisle currently sit top of the table with a 2-1 win in their last match. Keswick sit second in the table, and they remain 2 points behind Carlisle, and they beat Branstey 3-1. Whitehaven Miners actually managed to win a match 6-2 as well. This puts them third in the table. In the Premier Division, Maryport Athletic had a 4-0 win over Casson. Ellis Short and Cameron Moyer and Atlee Skillen managed to get on the score sheet in that one. Athletic now hold a 5-point lead over Espatria in second place. In the Ken Glover Memorial Cup, Unison Athletic clinched a narrow 3-2 victory over Espatria with Liam Graham on the score sheet. That's all from me, and I'll pass you back over to Harry and Oliver to talk to you about more news in Cumbria.
Thanks for that, Jaden. Speaking of training, the trains are off the rails.
For God's sake. Jesus Christ, man.
The closure of the railway lines between Barrow and Lancaster is expected to persist at least another 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Oof. Following a train derailment last month.
I believe it was a sinkhole. Thankfully, nobody was injured. It was a very early service. And I think the only people on the trains were old ladies. So they all disembarked safely.
Northern, the operator, announced that the disruption anticipated until at least April 21st, subsequent to the incident that occurred at Grange over Sands on Friday, March 22nd. During the derailment, which saw a section of the track collapse as the train passed, 4 passengers and 4 staff members were safely evacuated with no reported injuries. An investigation has been initiated by the Rail Accident Investigation Branch to determine the actual cause of the incident.
As probably the tracks, I'd imagine.
As repair efforts continue to ensure the area's safety, Northerners confirmed the removal of ticket restrictions and
Oh, thank God.
ongoing provision of replacement transportation.
Yes. So I was speaking to Oliver before, and he just highlighted his interest in raising awareness for a fundraiser.
Yeah.
So far away.
So one's just been posted by.
It was Rhiannon Ridgewell, I believe he said. It was.
Yeah.
Who is she with again?
The Cumbria Wildlife Trust, where she's trying to raise £3,500
pounds
for the 3,500 plant species that are in the UK.
And for that, I believe she's cycling 3,500 kilometres.
Which is 2,175 miles in just a year.
Yeah, that's a crazy amount of... What? What do you mean that's the end? Huh? No more. So that's... What do you mean that's the end? I'm being told that's the end.
Yeah.
There's no more slides? Oh, well, what I'm going to do straight after this episode is go and sack the person that did all the slides. Which wasn't me. But no. So that's Oliver's fantastic fundraising talk. It sounds like a really interesting idea, to be honest. I mean, I couldn't cycle 3,500 kilometres, because where's that? Wait, is she using one of those stand bikes, or is she literally cycling 2,170 odd miles?
I don't know how she's going to do it, but I think it's for a good cause, and
Cumbria Wildlife Trust.
To shout out some local people doing some great local things.
She's from Carlisle, so a little bit up north, but it's all very interesting.
Yeah, still the Cumbria area, so.
Very good. Okay. Well, that's all we've got time for tonight on This Evening. I hope you'll join us again very soon.
Yes.
We've got a giveaway. You can still win the mug. The mug. That's a lovely This Evening mug. It's not this one. This is my big cup. You can't win this. I need it for... It's full of all the sweat that I get from working here. That's awful. So I'll leave you with that thought. I'd like to wish you all a very good evening, and we'll see you all in about 2 weeks. Good night.
Good night.